Ira Epstein with your metal market wrap-up, and this wrap-up is for the evening of Wednesday, the 18th of February. And we're sitting here right now, 2026, and I'm looking at the time now, 7:10 p.m. Central Time. So we're down again in the gold. We tried rallies today, and you're giving back at 49.85. You're down in the silver market, sitting here at 76.90. You're down 2.5 cents or so in the copper market. It's been a wild swinging market in that copper. I mean, it thinks nothing of going 10 cents or more. And in the platinum market, you're down to $27.50. You had a big rally today on the energies, and they're holding it. Now, part of what's been going on, of course, were the talks that went on in Oman between the U.S. and Iran, and nothing came out of it. And I've been here every night telling you, expect nothing, expect just what they are. Iran's negotiating for time. President Trump is negotiating for time. He wants to get in place the rest of the Navy and the attack planes that he has to, all the systems that he's bringing in. Iran is bearing away traces of their nuclear sites where they did development. Of course, we know where they're at, but they put them under a lot of ground now. And it'll make it very difficult to get to them. That is their goal. So, are we any closer on anything there? Yeah, I think we're closer to the U.S. striking Iran than we are a peace arrangement. That's my own opinion. I may not be right on that. When we take a look at other parts of the market right now, if you take a look, you're going to get jobless claims in the morning at 7:30, the Philly Fed Regional Business Activity Index, December U.S. trade balance data at 7:30, National Association of Realtors, U.S. pending home sales at 9, Conference Board's U.S. leading economic indicator due out at 9, natural gas storage, it's not API, it's EIA. We got API today. Everything's thrown off because of the President's Day holiday, so everything got pushed back in some of these a day or so. So I just wrote that wrong. One other thing before I go to the charts with you. I told you I was going to do a special report, and I've done it. And the special report is on the U.S. dollar index, and I think it's important that you take a look at it. I give you both the trend and chart analysis. So what we're going to do is go into the weekly charts, daily charts. Then we're going to go to the price count. Where might the market head now that an uptrend has been reestablished in the market? Then we're going to go to the seasonal charts, put it all together, and wrap it up at the end with the ETF UUP. So if you want to get this, it's pretty simple as to how you do it. You just go, let me take you right here actually. Move your cursor to the top here. And it's going to take you right to the website. On our website, iraepstein.com, on the very top left, it'll say Currency Report in green. Just click that. You can move your cursor here as well. That'll take you there. Or again, iraepstein.com. All right, so let's go and take a look, if we could now, at the chart action and get back to the charts. Here we come. All right. So as I'm looking at the gold on the chart, number one, the bias is still up. The market's still over the 18-week moving average. It closes, it's doing well. You know that the stock market stayed over that forever, this average on the weeklies. And finally, markets have begun their pullbacks. When you come to the daily chart of gold, to me, you are caught right here between this high, this low, and you're about 50%. That's about where you're at on the chart. The pattern is bearish, not bullish. You have lower highs and you've got lower lows in the market. You're also fighting and you're staying temporarily under the 18-day average, which is downside bias. The market hasn't hit the upper or lower Bollinger Band in quite a while, so they're what I call not in play at this time, and momentum is flat. I mean, it's a day trader's delight, but it's not a trend trader's at this point. The gold-silver ratio is just staying over the 58.86 level. And as I said, I think we saw an important low right here. You'd have to take that out to convince me anything different, so that's what I'm thinking. In the silver market, keep in the back of your mind what this market has done and where it's come from, roughly the 120 area. And here we're sitting right now at 76. So it's a big loss. I mean, you're talking $44 an ounce on the market. You know, it's big numbers and it's not in a buy mode, nor is the copper. I realize copper had a big rally. Let me get to today's rally. I can do this right here. And you were up, well, actually, you were up at one point, 578.60. And then by day's end, you gave those numbers somewhat up. So just keep in the back of your mind what you're doing in this market and how it's trading around. This isn't catching the high lows right. I'm looking at this right now, and I'm going to take one more look at this because I know what it did. And if you look, it's not changing that. It's keeping that in place. So I'm going to write the developers and tell them that this, as it's moving, it's stuck on the 19th. I'm telling you, it had a huge range. I won't do that again. I knew it happened. I forgot about it. And this is the alpha version of the charting software. So I got to write them and show them what it's doing. In the platinum market, here too we have a market with a higher high, lower low, and it's in an oversold condition. And in the dollar, this is what I'm targeting. And as I said, I put the report out yesterday, so the market's doing pretty much what I thought it could do. I put it out before the close of business yesterday, and now here's the market coming up. So it just looked to me like it was ready to go. Do I think it has big legs to it? I want to tell you this up front. I do not. And the reason I don't, you're already overbought and you're approaching serious resistance from the Bollinger Band, the 200-day average, and the 100. But it is certainly worth the report because so much hangs on what the dollar does or doesn't do. Again, in order to view the report, move your cursor to the top here. There'll be another icon that you can click right on the side, IraEpstein.com. You have yourself a great evening.